It would help if I didn't mute myself. uh, oh my goodness. I've got so much noob to get out of me because of how long it's been since I've done like long-term streaming. Oh, so much noob is in my heart at this point. What's the saying? Shake the shit off. Yeah, that's definitely what we'll be having to do here. Grab a quick drink. So we've hit the Metagross V. We've hit two Metagross Vs. Um, we want to be able to hit maybe a rainbow rare, a gold, a full art, extended art, but this is the last one before we can do that. So we're going to give it a shot, and maybe we'll get lucky, maybe we won't. We'll spend a little time afterwards kind of taking a look at some of the other things we've got going, because we've got, aside from a just pile, so many packs, just packs everywhere. And now that we've got sound working again, let's go ahead and show this guy off for everyone so that y'all can take advantage of it. And maybe we'll get a hit. I really like the idea of being able to term a hit being replacement value of a pack, but it's super hard to get replacement value of a pack now, especially on new packs. Not so much on old packs. Old pack, well, I suppose it's about as bad as old packs. If someone went and bought a base set booster pack for hundreds of dollars, like they're just gambling on the idea that they'll get one of the big three. Kirlia and oh no, it's a Zinkus. Man, that's anticlimactic. All right, we do have some guys needing sleeves here, so we'll get these guys sleeved up. All right, let's get these fun ones sleeved here, and we'll cover some fun stuff. So, fun story, which thank you for hanging out with me as we get this taken care of. So I am a nostalgia player for sure. I played back when the game first released here in the States, a few years after it came out in Japan. I played back in base set, jungle, fossil, all the good stuff. Way back in the day, when the cards were new, it was the year 2000, 1999. Was it 1999? No, we played a little bit before that, because we were playing for at least a year. So we probably had started playing it in 98, I think. Maybe it was 99. It's hard. Time goes by so much slower when you're a kid. Oh, it's because you're waiting to get out of school. And was it 99? Oh, it had to have been 99. Yeah, I think it was 99. Man, look at that sleeve. That sleeve's terrible. To the garbage with thee. This sucker's old too. So in any case, back in 99, Pokemon was just blowing up. The games had been out for a few years. It was finally catching on. Pokemon fever, so to speak. And, it was my lovely mother and myself would basically play the game together. She was a card shark. Don't believe for a moment that when the boomers were my age that they didn't know what the heck they were doing. So in any case, we would play together as a bonding experience. And so, and come to find out later, she told me that she was basically high half the time. I was like, oh, great, Mom. Thought you were, straight as an arrow, and then in the end, you were playing card games with me because you were high. Great, thanks. But she was also quite good at them as well. But in any case, so we'd play that together, and that's what we would play as a bonding experience. And eventually we got good enough to go to tournaments. And at our tournaments, we would eventually start cleaning and clearing house. Here's our foils and reverse foils. So rares and reverse foils of what we've opened today. Our primary hits of what we've hit today, as well as some of our foils and rares. So our other hits pile. And then, so much bulk cards. Oh man. So that's what we've opened up today. We still got, we'll probably open up these later, but we definitely do have more fun stuff to open because we got this guy. I don't think we're going to open him up today because I got to go through all of this and to see what is worth making available and what we'll need to figure out another thing to do with. But I do believe, at least when it comes to these guys, we should go ahead and get them top loaded as well. The cards are absolutely beautiful. Like here, we can do, let's do a side-by-side compare. So let's take Metagross VMAX. So he's probably the biggest hit we've had today as a VMAX. Not only is he hard to get, he's a pain in the patukas to get, right? So we can compare him. And let's take that with... Let's get this guy over here. That's some of our vintage stuff there. Who would be fun to show off? Yeah, let's go ahead and show off this guy. Boop. That's not fair to show off though. Let's go ahead and grab. This guy's fun. So let's bring these guys up in here for comparison. Right. And let's make some space. Yep. So modern, vintage. So we have our our jungle, unlimited release jungle Pidgeot, our promo Ancient Mew, and then our Metagross, who I would say is our arguably most shiny today, though the Blaziken we've got over here is pretty snazzy too. So like the style of card design and like layout is just vastly different between the generations. If I had more of the in-between generations, I'd bring those up as kind of like a comparative as well. Let's get this guy out of here. And so even on their more stylistic cards, right? So the Ancient Mew here is a very stylistic card. It still maintains the border. In fact, it kind of goes with this idea of the heaviest border. But and you compare it to the Metagross over here, it is just, and it's like it is eschewing borders, it's eschewing boundaries, and you know, like art direction and art style is just very different on, you know, these set piece cards. You could probably make a really good art case here for like the differences in design and what is desired between the different generations of cards here, right? So you can make a case that in here you have structure, order, even though you have this idea of mystery, everything is clearly popping out. You know, definitely focusing on the visuals here. And then you get down here to like the Pidgeot itself. Again, it's all within frames. Everything is about specifically the game text. Where here, it is about the art. It is about the visual effect of the impact. And so I think it's a good actual example of the difference between when it was about it being a game versus when it was about it being collected. I think just the design and layout of the card just tells you what it's about. So yes, the game elements are here, but you can tell that they're essentially minimized. They are as big as they need to be to convey the information, but it is about the card behind it. And that's just the biggest difference between here. Where here, it's all about the game information, right? So the Pidgeot, the art is within its defined area. Everything is high, popping out. The red HP amount is higher. Where you have the spotting out of the symbols, even the size of the attack text, right, is larger. The set symbol is designed here, where you have artist information harder to see. Of course, that kind of happens on like every card. It's certain games are a little bit better about it than others, and so it's just like total difference in design philosophies between the two, but yet they still get tied together. So, it's just an interesting interplay between the two. Of course, I'm not going to lie, that's a cool card back. Just hands down, it's cool looking. Alrighty, let's get these guys back over here. Yep, get those in there. Let's get you back in here. Whoop. Oh man, let's get these guys back over in this section of fun stuff. Now let's see another fun one somewhere kind of in between. That's also a fun one. This guy. So this guy, I believe, is a 2015 McDonald's promo. 1 of 12. And is a Servine. And so let's take you, and let's go ahead and compare you with this guy here. All right, so see if we can kind of come in on these guys a little bit. Make them a little bit bigger so we can take a look and see these suckers. All right, so here we see the borders are about the same between them. So borders are about the same. That I need to improve my lighting situation is still a thing. We can even still see that there has been a shift over in the font size. Though similar, it looks like the newer card is still a hair smaller. We see a differentiation between what we see for weaknesses and resistances has been changed over. Changes over in the card text box. In this area, you can see like different parts of the design, different parts of the layout are just, significantly different. Not bad. Card information is just in different spots. Some core stuff is in the same spot, right? Like the types are always in the upper right-hand corner. The stage information is in its particular spot. So everything's kind of in the same locations, but they're not all exactly in the same locations. There's little shifts here and there. Played with different parts of set symbols. So I think that there's probably a fun art case to be made somewhere along the way here. But I'd have to get more exposure to the middle sets to really dig into and understand everything that's happening with those. But it's fun. Like, I think another good example here is probably the Evolving Skies promos here. So, like, the Evolving Skies promo is actually a little bit of a throwback to kind of how the Dark Gyarados was for Rocket, where you have something, actual specific text. In this case, like, the name of the set has been brought in versus like the location with the M for McDonald's. So I mean, just wonderful little stylistic differences and shifts that happen along the way. It's always fun. Always fun to see how different things move, change, and evolve as you're going through. I guess it just brings additional emphasis at how much the game has changed. Because, you know, this is my era. Like, that's my time right there. First edition Jungle. Granted, now remember, this is just a box. You've got sleeves and stuff in there. Which reminds me, I need to keep that readily available because I got sleeves that I wanted to use. So another fun one, I'll bring this out here, is there's also the difference in design philosophy for like these guys. So this is the Erica gym deck. The Tamamushi City Gym for the Pocket Monsters card game. I don't know how much of the boxes and the like still survive for containers. There's a lot of fun things in packaging. Let's go ahead and pull this guy open. Let's see what we got in here. Oh, I forgot we still have the coin in here too. Let's get this guy out of the way here. Gloom. Shiny, shiny, shiny. See if we can get that. There we go. Gloom. And the coin there. So you have mostly the energy cards here. So these are Japanese energy cards from the gym era. And then I don't have the boxes for Misty's deck, but we did save the old how-to guides. So it's always interesting to kind of go back and see all of the materials that were here. You can tell that they had a sense of fun when they're going through and doing them, just different styles. So if you ever think that your anime art won't necessarily make it into print, just keep an eye on these kinds of rule books, because if you're designing, actually producing a product, you know, if you're pulling the thing to print and you're the one making it, it doesn't matter if you draw a very sad looking Ditto. I mean, look at him. That Ditto is very, very sad. He is a frowny Ditto. He does not enjoy life. That your art can make it in. That Rattata is not having a pleasant day. So yeah. But fun stuff. Okie doke. I think we've shared quite a bit for today, and I have some work trying to stitch these lives together into something coherent. Want to thank you all for hanging out with me today. I have some cleanup here to do, but I hope everyone has a wonderful evening if it happens to be dark where you're at, or a wonderful day if you happen to be out where it is sunny. But until then, you can call me Mokog, and if you want to have more, like and subscribe, and hopefully we'll do more pack openings and some more Pokemon Online soon. Till then, take care. I'm going to click the button. See, it even says subscribe. Planet.